Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel. Welcome, curious minds, to our video that explores the ins and outs of Lincoln Monument, Wabash, Indiana. The Lincoln Monument of Wabash, Indiana, or the Great Emancipator, is a public sculpture by Charles Keck, September 9, 1875, April 23, 1951, a sculptor who was born in New York City. The cast bronze sculpture was commissioned by Wabash native Alexander New and donated to the city of Wabash, Indiana, in 1932. It has remained on view at the northeast corner of the Wabash County Courthouse lawn ever since. Let's now enter the realm of description and discover the fascinating stories it has to tell. The sculpture depicts a larger-than-life Abraham Lincoln wearing a beard and sitting on a rock with his head slightly bowed forward and his arms resting on his knees. Both of his hands are closed except for his extended right index finger. Lincoln is wearing a bow tie, vest, long coat and boots. His right boot extends just beyond the edge of the base. His watch chain is visible on his vest. Along the back proper left edge of the bronze base is a foundry mark that reads Gorham Company Founder. Just past this mark appears to be another kind of indecipherable foundry mark or signature written in black, raised letters. The front of the granite base is inscribed LINCOLN WITHMAICETOWARDNONE WITHCHAITYFORLL. The back of the granite base is inscribed ERECTEDINLOVINGMENRY OFHISPRENTS ISACANDHENIETTANEW BY BLEXANDERNEW 1932. In this part of the video, we'll be diving deep into other versions and unraveling its profound impact. The Lincoln Monument of Hingham, Massachusetts. The town of Hingham, Massachusetts, owns what appears to be an identical version of this sculpture. It is displayed on a granite base and carries the same inscription on the front as the Wabash Lincoln. It was dedicated to the citizens of Hingham on September 23, 1939. Image of Lincoln Monument of Hingham, MA by Charles Keck. Photo from the SIIS webpage. Front view of the Lincoln Monument of Hingham, Massachusetts, by Charles Keck. Image back of the Lincoln Monument of Hingham, MA by Charles Keck. Photo from the SIIS webpage. Back view of the Lincoln Monument of Hingham, Massachusetts, by Charles Keck. Image a tale of the Lincoln Monument of Hingham, MA by Charles Keck. Photo from the SIIS webpage. Detail of the head of the Lincoln Monument of Hingham, Massachusetts, by Charles Keck. The maquette of the Lincoln Monument. A maquette of the sculpture is owned by President Lincoln's cottage at the Soldiers' Home in Washington, District of Columbia. The sculpture appears similar to the Wabash and Hingham versions, except that it is much smaller. Lincoln holds a book in his right hand, and his hat is visible near his right boot. In this section, we'll be exploring materials. The sculpture was likely cast in multiple sections of bronze, a copper alloy. It rests on a granite-clad square base. Now, let's delve into the intricacies of dimensions and explore its various aspects. The bronze sculpture has an approximate height of 7 feet, depth of 6 feet, and width of 6 feet. The base has an approximate height of 4 feet, depth of 7 feet, and width of 7 feet. With that being said, let's now move on to history and location. The sculpture was commissioned by Alexander New, who grew up in Wabash, studied law, and ultimately built up a large chain of stores whose main offices were in New York. The sculpture was unveiled and dedicated in Wabash on May 31, 1932, Memorial Day, a year after Alexander New's death. A photograph in the Indiana Historical Society collections from the day of the unveiling depicts the courthouse lawn with onlookers packed around the sculpture and even seated on one of the porch roofs of the Wabash County Courthouse. In this image, the sculpture appears to have an even, dark patina. Homer T. Sholter, the mayor of Wabash at the time of the sculpture's unveiling, provided this first-hand account of the sculpture's installation. The sculpture was inspected in 1992 as part of the Save Outdoor Sculpture (SOS) program and an online record. was created in the Smithsonian Institution Research Information System (SIIS). The black and white image, taken around the time of that inspection, shows the sculpture no longer having the even, dark patina that the sculpture had when it was unveiled in 1932. Likewise, Graff's 2005 publication shows the sculpture with a similar appearance. As of June 2008, the sculpture appears to have a similar even, dark patina as it did in 1932, indicating that its appearance has recently been changed. By comparison, the version of this sculpture in Hingham, Massachusetts, appeared to have an even, dark patina when it was inventoried as part of the SOS program in 1996. Likewise, the smaller version at President Lincoln's cottage shows an even, dark patina. As we enter this new phase, let's navigate the complexities of images and discover its practical applications. A major Wabash County courthouse with Lincoln Monument by Charles Keck in the foreground, taken on May 15, looking southwest at the Lincoln Monument of Wabash, Indiana, by sculptor Charles Keck. Photograph taken May 15, 2002. A major Wabash County courthouse with Lincoln Monument by Charles Keck in the foreground, taken on May 15, 2002, looking southwest at the Lincoln Monument of Wabash, Indiana, by sculptor Charles Keck. Photograph taken May 15, 2002. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and share it with someone who might benefit from it.